back.
All right, let's bring in Giraldo, Fox News correspondent at large. So, Giraldo, the big news is that the FBI sent an investigator right up to George Papadopoulos, met him in this hotel. Victoria Tenzing, who has been on your show a million times, she sent me
million.
Yeah, a million. She sent me a note. They were not concerned about him. They were setting him up of the FBI, she says. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that, Steve, there's a couple of things. The extent of the counterintelligence investigation into the Trump campaign and the Trump presidency is extraordinary. I want to know very much the four corners of that operation. How deeply did they penetrate? How aggressively were they spying? How many different agents? How many different informants? But here, I think, is where the story will go from here. There's now reporting that Robert Mueller, the special counsel, knew a year ago that there was no collusion with the Russians. He knew a year ago there was no collusion with the Russians. Did he tell the President of the United States that they had found no collusion? Did anyone say, hey, by the way, Mr. President, you're in the clear? No. For a year, they let the President of the United States dangle, worried that the intelligence apparatus of the United States government, the Department of Justice, was probing every aspect of his presidency. So, I mean, were they looking for President Trump or people around him to prevent an investigation into a non-crime? In other words, were they trying to entrap the President of the United States to commit obstruction?
That's what she was saying.
To attempt obstruction. When you think about it, aren't we on the same team here? Aren't we all Americans? It's not like we're talking about, the Nazis or the mafia or you name it. This is the FBI investigating the President of the United States. They find evidence to clear the President of the United States, but they don't tell him, leaving him to dangle. And all of this noise that you're hearing now, forgetting that it was about collusion, wasn't it? Wasn't it supposed to be about the allegations or the appearance that the President of the United States was conspiring with our dread enemies, the Russians, to fix the election? If that's what it was about and they knew that it was clear, they should have told.
Giraldo, lastly, real quick, the term spying on the Trump campaign. Does this proof the president was right? There was spying on the Trump campaign, and all those people really owe the president an apology that mocked him.
An apology at the very least. They spied on the Trump administration in a way that was unprecedented. It was extraordinary. They owe the president an apology.
All right, Giraldo. Thanks for being with us. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
You too.
Unbelievable news. 10 minutes out after the hour. Carly Shimkus, you have other news, but this has been